are back. You know, it is your favorite girls from the Wine and Chocolate Shows. My name is Jasmine J, aka the Wine Goddess.
And I'm Kiki, the Countess of Cabernet, and you are now watching Just the Sip, where we come to give you a little taste every Tuesday and Thursday to get you ready for the big gulp that goes down on Sunday. Still celebrating my birthday. So yeah, still, and then had a great night tonight celebrating my other birthday bestie, Nick. Mwah, I love you.
Happy
We are
birthday,
now all
Nick.
entering to our big 40s, our big 4 zeros. Saw one of our other classmates out. They're looking great. They seem to be doing well. Everybody's now in the club and being grown and sexy. I ain't got no pearls. You know what I'm saying? I'm being
Come
a
on now.
lady. All right. So we're
You
really
just
trying to do
grown.
things. I got my glasses, man. So yeah, just enjoying life, just having a great. I'm already lit. You know what I'm saying? I did my things. So yeah, let's talk about it, sis. Let's talk about
Let's
it.
do it.
What you
I'm
got?
gonna pop open my bottle also for my sister and my brother for
Hey,
turning 40 today,
you sound
this week.
frosty. Let's take a moment for how frosty my bottle is.
Ooh, yours looks nice and yeah, yours looks ready to
Look
go.
at look at that. That's crazy.
Well, now see, I ain't never seen a doubly wrapped. I ain't never seen a doubly wrapped sparkling bottle,
Not
bitch.
that I
What,
got the double on the bouillon.
bitch? I'm like, I done took the shit off. Now we got another layer here. Okay, listen, one for the money, two for the show. Let's
It's
do this
called
again.
Off the Hook. This is a rosé.
Ooh, I love rosé,
It says product of Spain.
and
Ooh.
it is springtime.
And you
So in the
see, it's
springtime, rosé is perfect. You know, it's a wonderful fruity starter wine that you can sip. You know what I mean? Get you ready for these lovely day parties we finna have. You know what I'm saying? Have these you can do mimosas with rosé easily. What did you put in your rosé today?
nothing. It's just
Oh,
rosé today.
okay, rosé all day. All right now. And we're gonna open
Uh,
up this Louis. Open it up.
as you can see, it's just enough. It's a single serving. It's just big as my hand. Bam.
All
Ooh,
right, here we
that
go.
sounded great.
Ta-da!
Hey,
We
hold
got a
on.
little
Let me
Louis.
hear my twist.
All right, there we go. Bow da bow.
And then
Poured
also
up.
in my special 40-year-old birthday glass that was made for me as well.
Beautiful.
Yes, I don't know if you can see it.
Yes, yes. Vintage 1986. Let's go. We got some bubbles for my dog. You know what I'm saying? We got these beautiful fine bubbles. The finer the bubbles, the higher the quality, ladies and gentlemen, just so you know. You know, we love sparkling over here, okay? Smells good. Ooh, that's a pretty
I
color.
know, right?
Okay, yes, come on, get into it. This is definitely giving springtime, you know, a little spring drink. Cheers. Cheers to you. Cheers to Nick. Happy
Yes,
birthdays.
thank you.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, dancing on the tongue. Dancing on the tongue. You got bubbles in yours? Is it still?
It's still
Okay, I like still.
definitely apricot.
Okay. What
Yeah,
is the alcohol percentage?
11.5.
Okay, come on now, 11.5. I love a
Not
good
bad, not
rosé.
bad.
I'm telling you, rosé get you in trouble. Okay, rosé, honey, you two, three, four glasses of that. Okay, or you get you some of this. This Louis Bouillon, I believe, is 11. It's 12. Sorry, 12.
A
So that's what
point
we're doing over
five
here.
difference. We in the game. We in the game.
Mm.
Oh, girl. All right. So,
Speaking of in the game, we just gonna get Dwight Howard right out the way because, sir, I don't know what's happening here. I don't know what's going on. All I seen was, first of all, I've seen Royce over the years say very troubling things about this man. Very troubling things. And so I was already, my antennas was up and alerted and trying to figure out what's going on. But then when Amy got on here and she brought out the the half a brick inside of a Price Chopper bag,
Ah,
I was like, this is some real
this
Section
is
8 shit that's
troubling.
going on.
This is
Like,
troubling.
yeah, this has gone too far. And then she pulls out some sort of Polly Pocket size for, you know what I'm saying, just when you out at the game, you just gotta real quick, just like, you know what I'm saying, you can't bring the whole trash bag with you that you that she has. She just got this little carry-on size
Yeah,
for Coke. I was like, this is troubling, okay? And so
yeah.
then when the baby got on there, I was like, ah, hell no. When Roy's son got on there, was like, oh, so I'm lying and my sister lying and now Amy lying. Like, I'm just like, somebody go over there and make sure that Dwight's okay. And that's why he had to
Bitch,
post
Dwight
that.
is fine. This nigga's out at basketball games and Dwight's fine. I-
I mean, in terms of his addiction, because what
Oh,
I don't want to see
he seems to
is
be
what
okay.
happened to Lamar Odom. Okay, that's what I don't want to see because, and I'm going to watch the documentary or whatever that is. I'm not sure what it is because it says the death and the life, and I'm confused on what's going on with it. But I do know that ultimately he suffered quite a bit with his addiction and stuff like that. And nobody really, I'll say the public didn't know. Maybe hella people knew. But that nigga looked crazy in that hospital bed. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen to Dwight. But at the same time, couldn't like that. This now, you making some crazy choices and crazy decisions. And the consequences is bound to catch up with you here in a minute. But it's disturbing. I just couldn't. With bitch, that bag that she brought out, I'm like,
It
are
was
the fans not watching? Like, what the fuck?
it was the industrial double zip freezer
Yeah.
Ziploc, like wasn't nothing getting out of there. Like it was so everything proof. And she just casually held it up. See, that's my
Yeah.
thing, though. Like, so who
I
who
would be afraid to hold a little baggie of some
man, like
coke.
that's enough coke for two people. That's a two habit person type bag.
Yeah, you're not doing that by
He's
yourself,
not doing
Dwight.
that by himself, by herself, and he's not doing that by himself. Like
No.
two
That's
people are
some
going
Whitney
skiing together.
Bobby level.
Yeah, yeah. Like you niggas is going skiing together in there. Like I don't hear that. But yeah, like I don't listen. I don't have a dog in this fight. Like I actually this is one of the news things I have intentionally tried to avoid because I just was like, first of all, you know how I got introduced to a girl? Somebody said, I know Shorty ain't just going live and hold up a whole Ziploc bag of cocaine. And I was like,
She did. She fact
what
did.
does this sentence even mean? I looked at that sentence like, so you mean to tell me that really happened? Oh Jesus! I was like, I don't want to even know. I don't want to engage at all with whatever the fuck this is. But yeah, thank you for bringing it to a close for me. I don't want to hear shit else about these folks because ain't nothing gonna change. Like, listen, these people have been living their lifestyles for a long time, okay? And shame don't hit like it used to. Just
You
don't.
ain't never lied.
Shame don't hit like it used to. Now every ain't there's no such thing as bad press. Any press is good press, you know. So like I said, the Dwight Howard, if this story never came out, we would have never known because he would have just had the same motherfucking attitude. Cause he outside like who give a fuck.
And
Okay?
that's what again why it's scary. You know, it's unfortunate. Like I have been around tons of addicts in my life. And watching them, create the excuses, be able to, you know, just go around whatever consequence or whatever, just kind of blow it off and be like, oh, well, I this or I went through that or this happened, so I had to. It's just so sad because, like you said, there's nothing that you can say or do to make them want to change. They have to want to change themselves. And like when we were on the cruise, right? And Russ was just like, he been sober for 24 years and this, that, and the third. It's like, I know what kind of a commitment that is. Like, that's a serious commitment to yourself. One of my good friends, Bridget, she talks about her friend saying, basically he knew that if he took another drink, he would die. Like, that's how serious it gets for people. And I guess it's just the fact that it's not that serious to be wanting to just take yourself out. I feel like really just take a look at yourself and be like, okay, like for example, like us not smoking while we was on vacation. You know what I'm saying? Like, it should be like that. Like, you should be able to have discipline and just say it's okay. Like, I could have a good sober time, or I could just take a little sip and just relax and doesn't have to just be turn the fuck up. Anyway, I just feel bad for people like that. And just where you have to turn up, you can't have a good sober time.
Yeah. Like you just don't have the tools to feel comfortable in yourself to allow yourself to have a good time. 'Cause that's really what it
You
is.
should want that.
Like the drug heavy usage of drugs and alcohol, I should say, is usually a masking like technique, you know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
running from something, I don't want to go home, I just want to keep dancing, just want to keep drinking, I don't keep partying. Because as soon as reality is hitting again, ugh, so
Yeah.
I can understand it from that angle. It kind of leads me to there was a conversation that Ye is back.
Mm.
I guess his little apology worked and
Okay.
apologized in that paper, and people want to work with him again. So
Mm.
he has, I believe, 1 million people waiting in the pre-sales
Okay. Good
for
for him.
for his show, and so the show I watched it. So when they were talking about it, they asked the panel, like, what's your thoughts on this? And most of the panel, I felt like was me, like, I don't give a fuck. I don't I don't care. Like, I have not been musically invested in this man in probably 12 years,
Mm-hmm.
maybe. Because I'll even though My Dark Twisted Fantasy is not an album that I enjoy, that to me is like the last fleeting sounds of the Kanye we used to know, right? Because that's where he was taking the turn. By the time he got to Jesus, I was fully checked out.
Yeah.
I was checked out before that nigga went to MAGA. He didn't have to go kiss Trump's ass for me. Like, it made me even sadder,
Mm-hmm.
but like, I was already off that nigga. But by the time he had said slavery was a choice, I was already off that nigga. Like, so good for you. Again, like we said about people with press, there's no such thing as bad press. You're willing to apologize to the people, because they hold power, which simultaneously you bitch and complain about. You're mad when white people won't let you commingle with them. But as long as you're able to get in the club, then it's White Lives Matter with motherfucking Candace Owens. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I can't, that is a untrustworthy person. This is a person that I can't trust anything about your music. I can't trust anything about what you're gonna do on stage. You're probably gonna do some weird shit that's gonna offend. Like, like, you're not what I signed up for. I don't need to be shocked. I don't need to be, shown anything. Like, nigga, you made a song about Hitler. Like, what are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? I ain't even Jewish. And I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you might as well said, I love my massa or some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Might as well
Yeah.
just came out with that, like, I love being a house nigga or something. Like, that's the same effect. Like, so,
Speaking of, niggas that we're just not fucking with still, Target, let me tell you something. We are still very much in a boycott,
yeah,
okay?
yeah.
I don't know, Mr. Jamal Bryant, who the fuck told you that you were the head spokesperson of this motherfucking shit here? But
Oh, did you say
niggas are
that
not
though?
done. Okay? We are
Did
still
you,
putting belt to ass now. Have some niggas returned? Yes. But that
yes.
doesn't mean that this motherfucker is over.
So wait a
It
minute,
didn't.
Jamal Bryant said that it was over.
Girl, yes. Now, why the fuck he got his ass on there and said anything? I have no idea who paid or what kind of commercial you about to. Sir, no, we're not done. The boycott is still very much
In
what the
effect.
fuck. Yeah, yeah. Um, I also want to say Papoose and 50 Cent are going at it.
Yep.
That was a lovely little snippet. Now, I don't know if there's something else like as a here we go. Papoose 50 Cent oh, this mug is 5 minutes long, bitch. Okay, we not finna do all that, but we'll listen to a good little portion. Let me share my screen.
Direct sourcing keep prices low while quality stays high.
Oh, really?
All right, come on now.
Bully no Brooklyn nigga.
You are now listening to the sounds of
Who's? He was a crab in a barrel until Eminem picked him. Made himself famous by claiming he was a victim. His claim to fame was I got shot 9 times. But the truth is he only got shot 5 times. He lied cause he wanted to get shot more than Tupac. Lame choice, game voice, G you not. Queens don't respect you, they know you a joke, you clown. You from Queens, but pay Bronx niggas to hold you down. You even hate on your own crew. Why you be dissing Banks? Is it cause he nicer than you or cause you just a snake? Try to take Mayweather money, put you in your place. Heard that story about how Floyd punched you in your face. Then 6 months in shock, you never been upstate. Vivica tossed your salad, she had a shitty face. Black Child poked you up, left you with the shakes. Bruno Carvalho yapped your chain and ended up with a case. When he got shot, they tried to take his face off. That nigga jaw was wired up like Jake Paul. When I seen his first movie, I knew he was fake, dawg. His man pulled out the gun, was ready for straight wall. He said, we gon' get him another way. Straight fraud, nigga shot you up and all you wanna do is make songs. Heard you diabetic, take care of yourself, you getting older. If they amputate you, I hope it's your head from your shoulders. I'm not
Okay.
concerned about how much money can Curtis show, cause he bankrupt, so mathematically Curtis older. Only Curtis we respect in hip hop is Curtis Blow. But the question is, how much dick can Curtis blow? Pause.
Okay. Well,
Wow. Okay.
how much dick can Curtis blow? My God.
Because if you've been watching Young King, he found all them pictures with them nigga holding dildos and smiling and shit.
I did see that. I did see
Uh-huh.
that.
And shout out to Damani because he came out with another diss track. This one,
Did
this
he?
time, he's like, I smell pussy. He went straight to old Atlanta. He conjured up whatever his daddy was doing back in the day. And you know what I'm saying? It had big white teeth, energy. You know
I
what I'm
love
saying?
I
So
love how Damani wants to be like a goat. Like he wants to be Kendrick level, like his dad level. He wants to be that.
because he's been rapping for a while, but it's just like because of this beef, like we're now actually getting to hear him, and we're like, oh, okay,
Oh, like, come
okay. I
on now,
called him
belt to
J. Cole
ass.
Jr., so.
I love it. I love it. Hey, listen, and Clarissa did not wait. Okay, she said, "G, you not." Since she's
Okay.
standing behind her man too, she will fuck you up, 50. Quite
Any
frankly.
bitch that you bring up, okay, for real. Anybody. She putting hands on all these niggas, all these niggas. And so, yeah, I'm just ready. Like, I made no secret how I feel about this man nowadays. I'm just ready for, his comeuppance. I'm ready for somebody to finally whack
To
this
just let
nigga
him have
one
it.
good time. Yeah, just
Yeah.
one good time. One good time. So,
Just shut him right up. Just be quiet. Like I thought that he was gonna be quiet after the family just thoroughly just jumped the fuck out of him. like just rap jumped the fuck out this nigga.
no, he's a
But
button
no,
for
he had to
punishment.
come back with this stupid ass bullshit, and I'm just like, Oh my God, somebody make it stop. And here come Papoose. Thank you, sir. Because what you gonna say about Pap other than whatever, the Remy Ma situation? And quite frankly, he punched that nigga. So it's kind of like,
She's with the loser. Like,
yeah.
so, like, and she cheated on him. Like, there's really, he didn't come out bad in this situation. Oh,
And he's with a bitch that like is crazy about him. Like at this point, like she's like, I don't give a fuck. Like I'm crazy about this dude. So what are you gonna say, 50? Nothing. He ain't gonna say nothing. That's what's gonna be sad about it. It's like after just this digging in the ass for 5 straight minutes, cause goddamn, like what else could be said after how many
And
dicks
so
is he gonna blow? Like
he,
wow.
he's threatening to release a documentary on T.I. and Tiny. And I'm like, so somebody's gonna release a documentary about you. Like
You're
you
not
keep,
any better, sir.
that's our thing. Like you keep going after niggas that you have the same thing on your
Sir.
anyway.
Ooh, delusion, honey, delusion. Okay, so next, Death of Rock and Rock and Roll and Rise of Hip Hop.
So yeah, there is a clip circulating of a gentleman by the name of Billy Corgan. If you don't know who that is, he is the lead singer of a very famous rock band by the name of Smashing Pumpkins, right?
Billy what?
Billy Corgan,
Okay.
Corgan. So, really big in like the early to mid 90s. I'll say like maybe from like 93 to 98, right in about in there, right? Like their main, yeah, there he is. Like their main, time in the sun, if you will, right? It was just a band that I love and enjoy. I am a proud millennial. I grew up during the golden MTV age where it wasn't nothing but fucking music 24/7. So when I couldn't go to sleep at night, I would just turn it on. They would just show me video of it. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, the clip that's circulating is basically him saying that during the late 90s, there was a noticeable push of the MTV format, and they were suppressing rock and roll, and they pushed it out the way. And he had made a comment talking about, the environment, the culture started to change there, and people started bringing in guns, and it just started to kind of get hostile and stuff like that. And he said, even though they suppressed rock and roll to usher in hip hop, and it was great. There were still, groundbreaking artists and pivotal stuff. Pop culture, all that great stuff was still happening, but it still was very noticeable that they were pushing rock out, right? And so I was listening to these are black people. These are all black people's commentary that I heard, and all of their points were valid because their points were like, first of all, they didn't like the tone. They felt like the way he was talking about it was very dismissive, and that he was blaming hip hop for the demise of rock, and that he wasn't being fair to the time. There were still these bands and and everything like that. And then also the guns comment, right? And so as I was listening, sometimes with my people, there is an emotion over logic thing that happens with my people sometimes. Sometimes my people can't see the forest for the trees, and they focus on this one tree, and they're not really hearing what the tree's saying. You know what I'm saying? I listen to the leaves. You feel what I'm saying? I understand why they felt like that, but this is something that I have been silently like, I didn't just start making video essays, but this is something that I've been thinking about for like several years, quite frankly, and I couldn't agree with that man more. He's absolutely fucking correct.
Okay.
When you think about now, right, there are no genres. Everybody's doing it all. Everybody's doing everything. You know, now we got people talking about, I don't want to be a rapper. I'm not a rapper. I'm a rock star. You know, the genre itself of hip hop is in a disarray. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you think of that, you think of there's no more real labels, there's no more MTV, BET, there's no more push of certain artists and music. And now you have everybody making their own playlists and being their own A&R instead of like how we grew up where they gave it to us, right? So that disconnect now means like, okay, now we have to find a new thing, find a new way. And with hip hop or rap really being so prevalent and everything that Black people do being up for consumption, you hyper drive that with the internet and social media. You have these young white kids who are trying to emulate Blackness because they don't have any other stars to look up to that can help them emulate white anarchy. They come to Blackness for Black anarchy, and then they end up doing too much. They end up mimicking us. They end up appropriating us. Whereas when back in that time, you had the rock bands that were doing the white anarchy. So therefore, the white kids and the Black kids who saw eye to eye on let's fuck this shit up were able to come together. It wasn't the white kids trying to follow the Black kids and emulate the Black kids as hard and not understanding, just participating, but not understanding. At least with the anarchy, there was a level of understanding of fuck the system.
Yeah.
You need rock for that.
Yeah.
You need rock for that shit. So when I think of another point that they were making about like the timeline, he was right with the timeline because you have to understand, just like there was an early golden era of hip hop, there was also an early golden era of rock. Billy comes from the first half of that shit. So we talking about Nirvana, we talking about fucking Stone Temple Pilots, we talking about Alice in Chains, we talking about motherfuckers that was active from like 89, like started being active from like 88, 89. And then they hit like around 91, 92. That's the early stages.
Yeah.
Also keep in mind, when they talk about the culture change, which they had an issue with what do you mean by culture? MTV at the very beginning was a white rock and roll station.
It was. It sure was.
Niggas was not getting played on there. There was no R&B. There was barely techno. It was just straight.
I wonder what year that changed.
You know what I'm saying? It's just white boys and hair and guitars. That's what the fuck it was.
Yeah.
So as the years go by and now we're getting into the early 90s, because I think MTV came out like 1982, 84.
Let's see.
Like like it came out like early 80s. So you got to understand, even the hair bands only had that much time. So by the time the hair bands and shit got to moving, grunge happened.
81.
81. They had about till 88, 89. But once 91 happened, specifically 1991, that's when Red Hot Chili Peppers started popping. That's when Stone Temple Pilots started popping. That's when
says MTV first aired rap music with the debut of Yo, MTV Raps on August 6, 1988.
88. That's what I said. Them niggas had to the end of the 80s to truly do that hardcore rock and roll shit. And that was gonna be my next point. Thank you for bringing that up. Before the 90s came, they had Yo MTV Raps.
Yeah.
So them being upset about him saying that is like, I don't get that.
Yeah.
It's like they were both happening at the same time. But to what he's saying, it started getting tricky around 95, 96. Once 1995, 1996 popped up, that's when Death Row was in full motherfucking effect. 95, 96. That's when Death Row was in full fucking effect. We already had gangster rap because of NWA. You know what I'm saying? So when he said guns started showing up, he's absolutely fucking correct. That's about when the guns started showing the fuck up, 95, 96,
Yeah.
because the rapping started to get more aggressive and more gangster. He's not lying. And yes, that would be a culture shock to an original white rock and roll station who is trying to integrate niggas. It's gonna be a shock. That's like if you work at a motherfucking hospital. No, sorry. You work at a nursing home and you go to leave and go home. You come back to work the next day and there's armed guards there. You're gonna be like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
It's jarring. On top
Yeah.
of, yes, if you want to put the racial aspect, these are white people and you're scaring the white people. So duh. Like
Or you're intriguing the white people. One of the two.
and even if that's the case, but to be upset that this man said that, it's like, no,
Yeah.
we're not gonna separate gas
Being
like this shit.
upset, niggas just be upset about everything,
It's
though,
like,
which
no,
is irritating because we don't. When we need to be upset about shit and it be paying attention to, it don't get enough attention.
because like no, like that's literally what happened. So like that's what I have been asking myself all these years. Like where is the white people music? There is no white people music anymore because everything is so homogenized. The white people are all up in our business because you took rock and roll away from them. You literally did do that. You
And you took away R&B from us, so there's just
oh,
like there's
and that
this.
was all. And that was I was so glad there was an OG historian nigga on because he dropped so much knowledge about that. He was like, the government is the one that made sure that rock, roll, any type of live instrumentation started getting stripped like 60s, 70s, 80s. That's why if you listen to any of our soul artists from the 70s that we loved, once the 80s came, everything was very electronic and wacky, and there was no soul. Like they couldn't get down the way they used to on their fast songs. They had to save all that shit for their R&B songs. You know what I'm saying? So they couldn't make these high-paced, fast-paced dance songs anymore because that wasn't the time. We had to move. But that was also a meaningful thing that the government was doing. So my last point, so I can wrap this up, is he was absolutely fucking correct. You took rock from these white kids because if we take it to 90, 97 to, I'll actually be generous to say 99. 998. We take it from 1998 to 2006. That was the rap rock era. You have to have rockers to have a rap rock era. And even then, those white boys had a limited amount of time. We talk about all the old shit, but anytime any new shit that come up, it's not getting the same push like a 21 Savage or a Drake or hell, even a Kendrick or a whoever. Like rap is what is being pushed. Even country and shit don't even get pushed like that no more. So
You always got someone go to rap artists on a damn country song now.
and that's what I'm saying. Like it's just trying to melt all this shit together instead of having people that do what they do great. And we appreciate that. Like again, elder millennial that used to get told you listen to white people music. That's because it was distinct. And I felt proud of myself that I was a well-versed person. I was proud to know Red Hot Chili Peppers and Green Day and all XYZ and all these other people. You know what I'm saying? And again, back to like a conversation we had before, we were given so much game about the industry that they don't give them now with the behind the musics and the, pop-up videos and XYZ. So yeah, shout out to Billy Corrigan. You not wrong. Don't let black people bully you. You're not fucking wrong. They did do that, and I miss rock for real. I miss
that's so
rock
funny.
And roll for fucking real.
I forget the name of that song, but it's so funny that you said it because I remember the song I used to sing all the time, and it came on while me and Nick was at breakfast in Orlando. And I forget it's like, and big girls don't cry. Like, that was my shit. Like, I bust a whole verse on his ass. Like, and he was like, what the fuck? But I'm just like, yes. Like, that was my white girl, you know what I'm saying, songs. So I like that. I feel you, though. I mean, I agree with you. It's definitely more of a melting pot, and there's a level of collaboration that I do appreciate because at the end of the day, that's how we are able to be exposed to other things that we can do with music or whatever. But at the same time, there's a balance where it's just like it's okay for things to be, separate as long as everybody respects each other.
Because I need shit to appreciate. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I can't appreciate you over here trying to rap. I can't appreciate you over here trying to twerk. I can't appreciate you over here trying to sing in your best big black voice. I don't need that. We don't need that. That's why I'll never be another fucking Britney Spears. You got
Right.
to be a pop girl. You too busy trying to be the token white girl in the black friends group. It's not the same. It just ain't the fucking same. You got to get back to hating your dads and getting your friends
And your
together and
moms.
getting in the motherfucking
Telling your
garage
mom to shut
and
up.
just,
Yeah.
banging and thrashing. You motherfuckers need to just get back to the
Yeah.
motherfucking hell. You stole it from us. Go back and use
They
it.
probably sitting up there like, y'all do it too well. Like, y'all go ahead and do it. What? Fuck the police. Yeah. Like, they're like, yeah, no,
That's
y'all
what's
say it the best. Just
uncool.
go ahead. Speaking of more white boys, Timothy Chalamet is in trouble.
Yeah, I believe he has suffered from foot and mouth syndrome.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, girl. When I tell you,
What he
they
had
out
to
here making
say.
think pieces. They out here making the video essays. But one thing I learned about Trina, when she fuck up, baby, the video essays is coming, and there's some very smart people that got time that will sit
Yeah.
down and comb through your whole internet history and string that shit up. Okay,
Damn.
okay. So yeah,
Please,
Timothy
God, don't let it
Chalamet is
happen to
in
me.
hot. Oh, what'd you say?
I said, please, God, don't let it happen to me. But no, go ahead.
So Timothy Chalamet is in hot water because he made a comment, a offhanded comment about off-color comment, yes, about ballet and opera and how they're basically, I'm paraphrasing, okay, like they're basically like boring art forms, and he doesn't want to be trapped into being one of those people that want to try to save the opera and blah 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 whatever. And then he said, "Oh, I guess, oh, something about I guess I'm gonna lose 14 cents for that comment or some shit like that." And I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, the think pieces have gotten to rolling, but I watched one today that was very interesting because it was talking about performative masculinity,
Mm,
and that's more than likely what he is going through right now.
mm.
Because now I'm not up on no Timothy Chalamet, okay? So all this was new information to me, but apparently, like his early film roles when he was a young guy was really predicated on him being a young, small, um, like uh, innocent type of boy, type thing, right? Keep in mind this is a 30-year-old man now,
He's
which
been
I
in
didn't
quite a
know.
few things. He's in Willy Wonka. Goddamn,
Yeah, yeah,
dude.
and
Come on now.
and see that was one of the main issues people took is like because you use the art of ballet to better yourself like for that movie and shit, right? And your mother is a professional ballerina, and your sister professionally teaches dance as well too, right? So it's like, why are you shitting on
Right, on these
ballet?
art forms.
Yeah, when your family fed you off of it, quite frankly, right? So it just didn't make any fucking sense. And so then they started doing the deep dive and, you know, some interviews here, interviews there, just kind of like the way he frames. It's kind of like a oh shucks type of thing, but don't take me serious. But I'm
Yeah.
just gonna say things. But it's like as you mature, you have to understand you can't keep doing shit like that, right? You gotta, if you're going to be a man or whatever, you have to mean what you say and to be thoughtful in how you come across these interviews. And yeah, that was the main breath of it. It's just like, don't shit on the art form that your family is associated with, especially when you are in a acting medium where you're more than likely maybe gonna have to learn one or the other. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit doesn't make any sense. And then there was a bombshell in there about his former manager was in the Epstein files, and like his name was mentioned in there because they were talking about him. So there was some movie that he did, and I forgot there was a situation that happened, but so for good press and for goodwill, oh no, it was a movie that he was in that was filmed by Woody Allen. And if you don't know who Woody Allen is, he is a notorious, famous pedophile Hollywood director, right? He married his stepdaughter, and yeah, real nasty shit. So anyway, so because people were outraged that he was in this movie, he said, "Well, you know what? I'm just gonna donate my proceeds. I'm not gonna make any money, this, that, and the other." So then the publicist spilled the beans in the files and said he didn't really want to do that shit. He was mad as fuck. He had to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know,
Damn.
again, performative shit. And then also he brought up the fact that, you know, he's been in the industry since a young teen. And if that lady is connected to what's his face, then was he ever trafficked? Was there ever a situation? And all this is alleged, y'all, all alleged. But they were just, you know, allegedly just trying to connect some dots and assume,
Yeah.
like, okay, well, you know, because here's the other thing: people keep like, it's more than just the girls and fouls.
Yes.
Okay, more than
All
girls
this
and
boy
fouls.
booty in there.
There's boys, there's animals, there's more than the girls in the files. Okay, so and because that brings me to think about the whole Abercrombie and Fitch thing. They were that was a homosexual pedophile ring. They were
Yes.
rounding boys up and sending them and blah blah blah. But anyway, I digress. So they were like, you know,
Thanks.
it's the fact that he is trying to cling so hard to being a man and prove he's a man because maybe he had things
His
happen.
whole.
I'm not going there. But yeah, and I forget the creator's name, but is a young Asian guy, long hair with glasses. But it was like an hour plus. But yeah, it was very interesting. It made me come away feeling a little sad, a little
is
sad
sad.
for him, but like still though. Okay.
Well, I just want to say really quick, I don't have much to say about this, but the Oscars are this weekend.
Hey. Oh, they finna play in our face. You ready?
Yep. Well, I feel that Sinners is gonna get it. But why
Gonna get what?
Jonathan Majors wants to create a new Sinners? Now that I'm not doing that.
Please
Okay?
look this information up because we got.
Okay. I shall. Because what the fuck are we talking about? Like,
Because
what the fuck?
apparently Jonathan Majors is hooking up with um Ben Shapiro, who is formerly, I don't know if he's still with Turning Point, but he might be formerly of Turning Point USA. He's the reason why we have Candace Owens today, unfortunately. But yeah, he decided to hook up with Jonathan Majors, and this motherfucker said, I mean, you guys said he's canceled, so I don't see what the big deal is.
That's what Jonathan said?
No, that's what Ben Shapiro said.
Okay. Well, it makes sense that's what Ben would say because he's just a piece of shit. But it says the untitled action movie is produced by The Daily Wire and Dallas Sonier's Bonfire Legend. Filming began in South Carolina late February. The film is described as an action-packed 1980s/90s style thriller in vein of Red Dawn and Toy Soldiers. This project marks a significant career pivot for Majors after being dropped by Marvel Studios. Comeback strategy. Okay, we don't care about that. Yeah, so him and Dave Shapiro are creating a thriller from the 90s, the 80s and 90s. I don't know. Ultimately, I just don't like Ben Shapiro. Will this movie or whatever resemble Sinners? I'm hoping not. I'm hoping not. I didn't read that. That was just, a little quick thing that, you had said before that maybe maybe that was just some little clickbait or something. But why they're teaming up together, that is such an odd pair to me. Megan, I need you to ask questions
She won't.
and find out
Mm-mm.
what this is about. I don't know. Maybe this is a big bag or something like that, and we're in some sort of desperate situation. But Ben Shapiro, he's just a very troublesome nuisance, I feel. And nothing good can come of this. I just don't feel that anything good is going to come of this. I feel he's going to play in our face and do something disrespectful. Because there's a black man in need. And I'm hoping that that's not the case, but it's coming from in here.
Again, I'm tired of being right. Okay? When that nigga told that white lady,
Oh, Lord.
you need to be more like Coretta.
See, and that's where Megan.
You need to be more like Michelle Obama.
Yeah.
Rosa Parks.
He straight up said that. On
Mary
tape.
McLeod Bethune.
That
Ida
y'all
B. Wells.
could ne'er be one
Sojourner
of them
Truth.
women.
Harriet Tubman.
Girl.
He said he needed you to be every living, I'm sorry, every
iconic black woman
that has ever roamed this earth.
Like, girl, right then and there.
Okay. That,
And I'm glad she recorded that. Like, that's how you know she knew this. Like, that had to be just one of the many times this nigga has said off the cuff bullshit. Just how many times, my nigga?
I knew right there. Again, my black, and I'm talking to my black women on this one, my black sisters.
What the fuck?
It's not our job.
It is not.
To save these niggas.
No.
It's not our job. Once a nigga exhibits full monkey suit, coon chip activation, word to Dr. Umar, once a nigga fully display, there's nothing else we can do for this nigga.
No.
Y'all
He's hiding.
Trying to rehab him after that shit and gave Jason, what's his face, give him that fake ass award and shit. Up there crying in that fucking rented suit through the fire and all that bullshit. Bro, listen. This is a motherfucker who has identified with whiteness. We keep saying this shit. Motherfuckers who keep white bitches. Motherfuckers who keep white friends. Motherfuckers who don't mind being a token. Motherfuckers that don't mind faking black shit, because that's what he was doing. He knew he had a particular look. He knew he was a hard-faced black man. Hell, even other niggas would say he had a civil rights face. So he knew he had a motherfucking lane he needed to stay in order to become Cain the Conqueror and all this other bullshit. And you fucking squandered it by being a weird race play ass nigga. Like you all do. You all get to where the fuck you are and you do weird race play shit. And you want black women to come and save you. You want us. And then like I said, the black women on time, you motherfuckers going to go put your cape around a motherfucker who knowingly wouldn't piss on you if you were on fucking fire. You marry that nigga? Really? You marry this nigga? That leads me to believe that you was the bitch that he was texting on the phone. You was the bitch that got in the fight about in the motherfucking car. Cause ain't no motherfucking way you showing up to court with this nigga that fast.
And really, like, what is the conversation? Sorry.
No, my last one. So because you brought her ass up, so I'm gonna fire up. So that leads me to believe that you're a bird, Megan. You are a fucking bird. You don't want to be alone. You was rebounding from Preacher Man or whatever the fuck, and you allowed this rock-faced motherfucker to bring you down with him, and now you stuck with this nigga. Whatever fucking Hollywood cachet you had is now in the toilet, and now he's like I said. When you marry a motherfucker, you gotta pick. You gotta decide which pick-me hill you finna die on.
Yeah.
And this is the one she said she wanted to die on. She ran to that pick-me hill to die on it. Crazy.
Well. Let's see. Someone else. Well, I ain't gonna call her a pick me, but Mama Joyce was trying to tell her about this man, and it ended up being that she ended up needing to leave this man. So congratulations to Candy and Ty Burris for finalizing their divorce and doing this in a way that did not have to embarrass the children. Like, thank you at least for doing that. Like, child, I understand divorce because nigga had to do it twice. Hello. Before the age of 30. Yeah. Ridiculous. It is not, a fun thing. It's not a fast thing. There's just all this separation, and then you got to talk about the children and who going over there for Christmas, and it's just like there's all these feelings involved and this and that. And so I'm just glad that they were able to do this amicably. I'm glad he did not take her to the ends of the earth to try to take her money because, sir, you really would have got clowned. Like, for real. Like, you already gave Mama Joyce enough. You gave her enough. There is no need to give her any more. There's no need to create more memes and things. Like, just ask Candy do the shit at the table or something, nigga. But to just do it publicly and just do the most, like, that would have just really been going out the fuck sad. Because at the end of the day, nigga, you won. Like, you got her pregnant twice. Okay? Well, didn't get her pregnant, but I had kids with her. Like, at the end of the day, same thing. So, I'm just glad that that's over for them. And we don't have to hear about it anymore, hopefully.
Oh.
The next thing we have, we can get this out the way. Meg Thee Stallion, I guess, and Bia are beefing. Now, I really don't care about that. What I am happy about is to know that Megan and Cardi are not beefing. Because at first, because I didn't know what was going on with her and Glorilla, and I'm like, what is happening? And then, between Party and Meg, I didn't know how that whole loyalty triangle was going to go. So I'm just happy to still see that Megan is supporting Cardi. Cardi brought out Megan in Houston. Like, that was a lovely moment. Like, I was glad to see that. And so, it's unfortunate. Bia, you should have just let the people say whatever. Because really, Cardi was the wrong person to do that with. That was the whole wrong person to do that with. And you really just need to eat that because you jumped out there. You know what I'm saying? You really just need to eat that. And if anybody, especially Megan, Megan Penn don't play. Megan Penn don't play. So the only thing that you could have did was this terrible comeback after Meg posts how she was listening to the Diary of Bia song, whatever song that is. I don't even know what it's called that Cardi made. But
Pretty and Petty.
Yeah, there we go. Pretty and Petty, yes. I don't know how I couldn't remember that. Pretty and Petty as fuck. That's my song. Okay. To respond with that terrible Bigfoot song, girl, like, you might as well have just made your own damn rap. Like, I can't stand that song. It's not catchy. It felt like it was off of a coke bender. Like, it just didn't hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we wanted it to. So you picking that one it didn't land properly. And girl, I think you need to just sit down now. Like, I don't think you need to say nothing else about nobody else. I think you need to just try to make your songs and stop.
I don't think you should make any more songs, frankly. I think you need to go get a fucking job. So I think you need to get pregnant by a nigga that got some money and start a boutique. I think that's what the fuck you need to do. I think you need to get on Love and Hip Hop. That's what I think you need to do. I don't think you need to do any, listen, you gotta just be real. When the writing is on the fucking wall, when the writing is on the wall, bro, even Saweetie was like, allegedly, I gotta go sell some pussy now. Like, at a certain point, it gets to a point you know? And this is a person who was always focused in the wrong fucking direction. You are a follower. You are a lunch line follower. Okay? You ain't
Yes.
never got to leave the line to the bathroom once in your
No.
life, and it shows. Okay? You want somebody, because here's the thing, you decided to team up with Pink Wig over Cardi. Meanwhile, there's so much content about you being a fan, you liking both of these women, okay? And then when the opportunity suited you, you said, well, let me go with the queen because I want to be down with the queen, only for that to not have worked for you. Like, same thing with JT. Like, all you bitches jumped on this train and she gave you nothing for that shit. You clowned yourself. You lowered yourself to make fun of a bitch you didn't even have no problems with. And you didn't even get a verse. You didn't even get an acknowledgement from this bitch. Like, you just was down. Are you frozen? But like you just niggas was just down for whatever. So yeah, you just need to pack it up because you don't have it. You never have had it. Like, you aren't dynamic enough to get away with being low vocals. Like, the shit is too smooth, so smooth we fall asleep. You're not that girl. You had one good song where you said to the bodega, only when I'm feeling safer, and that's the only song you truly got. And I'm still upset with you for wasting Lil Jon's Via beat. That was a fucking waste on you. You did nothing with that shit. He was more hyped than you on the fucking song. That don't make no motherfucking sense. But with all that being said, congratulations to Meg Thee Stallion and Juvenile. Juvenile came out with a new song called BBB, and he put the Miss Stallion on there, and now he is back on the charts. He has not been on the charts since Rodeo. Okay? So Meg did that, bitch. J. Cole couldn't even fucking do that for you, bitch. People only gave a fuck about J. Cole's verse. Nobody even gave a fuck that it was your song. And that leads people to lean on the fact that maybe his feature run wasn't that spectacular because you was doing the most on nigga shit that wasn't shit. And that's another thing I get in the motherfuckers ass about. But I said I'm gonna leave Jermaine alone. Okay? So go get a fucking job. Get a fucking job. The post office is hiring. While that's still a government job, okay? Amtrak is hiring. We need some conductors out here. You know what I'm saying? You can become a CNA. Like, girl,
Okay.
Phoenix University. Come on now. There's a lot for you to do, but rap should not be one of them.
And beefing with Cardi need to be done.
Beefing with anybody needs to be done because you're a vegan. You ain't got the teeth for beef, bitch. You ain't chewing on shit.
Well, Jay-Z and Michael Eric Dyson had a little, not a beef. They had an aggressively and vigorously, but also respectfully disagreement about the Not Like Us situation. Would we like to hear it?
Yes.
Some people think, well, it ain't that serious, and that's not what's going on. My job as a scholar is to show you that stuff you didn't think was that serious might be a bit more serious than you think. I could be wrong, to be sure. So I don't say it with the kind of arrogance that some of my interlocutors on the internet have suggested. And let me tell you something. A very dear and good friend of mine disagrees with me bitterly. Well, I won't say bitterly, just aggressively and vigorously. His name is Sean Carter, better known as Jay-Z. Now, I don't usually talk about the conversations that Jay-Z and I have because that's between us. That's why we remain friends, because I ain't out here blabbing about what we talk about. But he hit me up and he vigorously disagreed with my particular position. He said it with dignity. He said it with respect. He articulated his ideal intelligently. I responded to him. We went back and forth for a minute, and I shared with him my essay, the 3,000 some word essay I wrote in the Philadelphia paper, where I break down
3,000 words.
what's
Great.
going on between Kendrick and Drake. And he was respectful. What I love about Jay is that he's not arrogant, and he's got more reason to be arrogant than anybody we talking to. including myself, on this darn internet, and yet in social media, and yet he chose to be gracious, vigorous, clear, transparent about his disagreements, but he did not get nasty and vicious with me. So the point is that I'm saying we can disagree with each other and not be nasty. I understand a rap battle is a rap battle, and you trying to exploit your opponent's, if you will, vulnerabilities. But in an age of social media, it hits different when you call somebody a pedophile or when you make arguments about domestic violence. I understand that. It hits different when it resonates in a cultural vacuum or in a cultural arena where the Me Too movement, the progressive ideas of misogyny and sexism and patriarchy have prevailed, where we are far more sensitive and culturally appropriately so aware of the various forms of hurt and pain that women have to endure, and that gender plays a role that we have historically ignored. All that is true. Some people think,
All
well,
right. Well, I just want to say, I know that's right, Michael Eric Dyson. You better talk about your king like that. You better talk about your king like that. You was like, He was like, I ain't got nothing bad to say. The king disagreed with me, but that's all right. We're still friends. I ain't got nothing to say bad about that man. He's still a wonderful man, and he deserves all the praise. Like, I have nothing bad to say. I think it's funny that my nigga had a 3,000 word essay about it. I mean, who did it? You know what I'm saying, about not like us? But to be backing up Drake and whatever because the whole pedophile thing, sir, you clearly didn't see the fucking clips where this man was, his whole entire job was just salivating over this like underage young lady. Like, I can't. And then just everything with Lotto's sister and all the things. It's like, sir, listen, I get what you're trying to do. I understand what you're trying to do, but not with this one, okay? Not with this one. If it was Nas and Jay-Z or something like that, cool. But this one is kind of crazy. But yes, I like that he was just so, even though he was like, yeah, Jay-Z disagreed with me, it's still very much like he's such a fan. And I thought that was funny.
Yeah, he was fanning out. You're still wrong, though. At the end of the day, you know what bothers me? People are just like, well, you don't have to be nasty about it. After you've been dumb about it.
Right. There should be allowed some nastiness.
We like, you kept dragging it.
Yeah.
Then it got nasty because you, nigga, what the fuck? It's like, I can come to you nice about this in the beginning.
Yes.
But once you keep showing me you want to be on that type of time, then I don't have no more for you either. Now I'm gonna call you a stupid bitch. Okay, now because that's what you want. I'm gonna call you a dumb motherfucker. Is that what you want? Because you don't want to be civil because you are committed to misunderstanding.
Yes.
And that's the whole issue with this man. You are committed to fully misunderstanding this, mischaracterizing the use of his de-blacking, which didn't even fucking happen. He was using things that Drake has already revealed about his insecurities about being half black. Like this was, and then like I love how you've been pointing out he didn't de-black Drake because he still called Adonis a black man, and Adonis is less black than you phenotypically and ethnically, but still they believe in the one drop rule, and that white child is still a black man to some people, right? Mm-hmm. So there at no point here did he de-black you. He was trying to tell your son, hey, that bit of blackness in you, take pride in that. Don't be a fuck nigga like your dad, okay? Who's out here confused because his daddy left him on the porch, okay? So, yeah, you're still wrong, though. And I'm glad Jay-Z respectfully, vehemently disagree. You still fucking wrong, though.
But that's how you know that nigga know he was wrong, because he's respectfully disagreed. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you guys didn't tell me the same thing nice enough. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Yeah.
You get the fuck out. You still wrong, motherfucker. Like, it is what it is. And somebody said, he's coming out saying this shit because he's trying to sell a book. And they said he explains black people to white people. That's his job. Because if you think about the clip that has spawned all this conversation, what was he doing? Talking to some nondescript white man. And the white man brought it up, and he should have checked that shit. But instead, because the white man was talking about sports, he was talking about two athletes who was getting into it, and then one black man said, "Man, fuck him, he's half." And he's like, "What? What's that?" He's just, why are you talking? Why do you feel comfortable to say this to me? Like, why are you? Why are you even worried about our inner fights about who black and who not black? You don't worry about that. He black to you. Shut the fuck up. Like that, the conversation was already started off on bullshit. And he's like, "Well, yeah, because that's what Kendrick did to Drake, because he tried to say he wasn't black. And his daddy is this, that, and his grandmama used to babysit Aretha Franklin. Who give a fuck?"
It's just the fact that, bitch, we are damn near 3 years in. And niggas are still using this as their rollout? Nigga! It has been 3 fucking years coming up soon.
Yeah.
Jesus!
Yeah.
Let it go! Let it go, let it die. It's like, these niggas were just got molly-whopped, nigga, by this fucking song. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, we're still using it as a rollout still for your book? Your
If you're not
3,000
using
page
it for a
essay?
rollout, you're just exposing that you just a creepy nigga who who's lost his way.
Well,
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why?
but just even mentioning, nigga, where did this come from? I'm sure Jay-Z just like, bitch, we had that fucking conversation. Do you know how long ago we had that conversation? Like, nigga, I forgot I even had that shit. You even
There
called me.
were so many video essays and think pieces and articles, and like, for you to be an educated man, you really prove that you don't value research. You just as bad as a motherfucker on the internet who barely graduated high school. Like, you just coming up with shit out your ass just because you can throw around a $10 or $20 word here and there. You still motherfucking wrong. Like, I know you're doing this intentionally because you're too smart. I know you're smart enough to figure out that what the fuck you're saying is dumb, but you want to die on this hill.
Good old Barack Obama. He the one that told me, don't let nobody make you think you're stupid, because a lot of these motherfuckers is just as stupid. Okay? Well, friend, that is all of our topics for today. Y'all, thank you so much for watching. My God, we had quite a few viewers. Make sure you all like and subscribe, and thank you for those who commented. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram and things like that too at the
And
Wines and
Facebook.
Chocolate. Yes,
Follow
and
us
Facebook.
on Facebook so we can go live.
Yes,
Please.
please. Yes. Yeah, follow us and you can see all of our other Instagrams and things like that. So we'll see you guys. That's what I was going to say. We'll see you guys Sunday. Okay, make sure you all tune in at 8 p.m. Central Time. We
9.
have some lovely wine and chocolate for you guys.
9.
Make sure 9.
Remember, it's 9.
Oh shit. Okay, it is 9. 9 p.m. Sorry, Central Time. We have some amazing wine and chocolate for you guys. Also, the lovely Bon Voyage review of the Carnival of Freedom episode where we did some wine and chocolate, Dubai chocolate specifically, is up. So please go check that out. Like it, subscribe, comment, all the things. We love you. My name is Jasmine J, aka the Wine Goddess.
I'm Kiki, the Countess of Cabernet.
And this was Just the Sip. We will see you all Sunday for the Wine and Chocolate Show. Bye.
Bye.